Hi, I'm Dave from Thomas Jacks, and we've got another double header. It's
Matt,
from
again.
Thomas Jacks.
Yeah, correct.
Brilliant. Okay, and this is another video of the Mile 2 series from Pixfra. Now, this is a video specifically about the Mile 2 M419, and it's one that our friend Matt here is particularly excited about. First, I want to say the price.
Yeah, so $869.95.
That sounds pretty good value.
I'm particularly excited for this model. There's good scope and good variety from 399 to 1259, but in terms of a sweet spot, and sometimes you do find a sweet spot, this one hits it for me. Perfect price point versus performance, and that's what it's all about. You could use this for spotting small wildlife at 10 meters, or you could use it outfoxing at 200 meters. I mean, it's got everything you need on a budget. 869 in the world of thermal isn't that expensive.
It's well under £1,000, isn't it? You're comfortably under £1,000, and you're getting a really good size sensor now, aren't you? We're now in the middle bracket of these Mile series, the middle size sensor. Just remind me again the size of the sensor we've got for this one. So
it's a 384 by 288 sub 25 millikelvin sensor.
Right, so there's a lot of pixels in there, and this has got a 19mm lens.
Correct, yeah.
Okay, and that combination gives you that capability to do the close-up stuff, and now we're starting to be able to go out at a good range of a few hundred meters now, comfortably being able to identify stuff. So in terms of just with the base models where you're kind of detecting and you're using some of your field skills to really help you identify what it is that you're looking at, we're now getting a much better capability within the unit itself to give us a lot more clarity.
Yeah, 100%.
The two factors that we want to find out about are field of view and the base magnification.
In terms of field of view, you're operating between 14 and 15 degrees. Base magnification is 2 times, somewhere around that. And yeah, it's best of both worlds. And I think that's what's great about the product, and that's why it fits such a good sweet spot. Obviously, the price is definitely one of the biggest things, because it's price versus performance, as I said before. But yeah, being able to have a nice wide scanning area whilst also being able to push out to bigger distances, being a manual focused product as well.
Right.
Yeah, it's got everything you need for so many different applications. You won't be restricted by image quality and detail, rendering of animals or objects, like you may do with some of the lower price point products. But everyone's on a budget. It doesn't mean the lower price products won't still spot the heat sources, because they will. It's more that, okay, you want more detail, you want more distance, you want to have a bit of both available without having to spend £1,500–1,600.
Brilliant.
And here it is.
There you go. And like all the Mile 2s, they all have got digital magnification, which will magnify the base magnification by a factor of 8. So that's the through the lens footage, and for $869.95, that's astonishing. I can see why that's one of your favourites, or that is your favourite. Now, like all Mile 2s, it is absolutely packed with features, and some of the design elements of this are really quite brilliant. We've got a separate video on that if you would need to find out about those design features and some of the functions that you get with a Mile 2. There'll be a link below, and there'll also be a link up there. Thank you, Matt. Now, if you had a little bit more money, because 869, you are getting a bargain, and you've probably saved yourself a little bit of money thinking, oh, do you know what, I want to go below £1,000. But if you've got a bit more money to spend, what would you recommend that people would consider alongside the Mile 2 419?
Yeah, so realistically, if field of view isn't as important for you and you want a bit more detection range, you could just go up by £90 and get a bigger lens. So we're doing a 25mm lens. But realistically, to see a performance jump up, you'd be moving into the next sensor bracket. So the M6 series, comparable products. So we do an M619 for a much larger sensor. So 640 by 512 sensor, 3 times the amount of pixels.
Oh wow, okay.
For 1189, that would be your next jump up. So not a huge jump in price for the performance that you're getting if you're prepared to spend
You're nudging over that
£1,000,
but only just, not by a significant amount, but the difference in terms of what you'd see.
Yes.
you get more picture for your budget.
You bring your base mag down, even though the lenses are the same, and that's because the sensor is much larger. So the way that field of view is calculated is via sensor size versus lens size. So much larger sensor, you get a bigger field of view, but less base magnification. But overall image quality, because you've got all those pixels, the image is a lot sharper. The contrast between the heat source is a lot more sensitive.
And the good thing about a bigger sensor is when you zoom in, you're not losing quite so much clarity.
Yeah, true. It's a lot better. Throughout the whole range, they do hold their clarity better than maybe some of the monoculars in the market. And that's because they're 12 microns. So as you magnify in, the physical pixels are already smaller. So as you make them bigger, they don't get as big, so they don't get as pixelated. There will, of course, be digital pixelation once you go past a certain point. It's just what's part and parcel of the technology. But they definitely do hold their clarity quite well at distance.
Brilliant, excellent. Okay, right, so that is the Mile 2 from Pixfra, and this is the M419 model. If you want to find out more about this model, then visit tj-focus.co.uk, and if you want to see separate videos on any other Mile 2, don't forget to subscribe because we'll be posting more videos. I'm Dave at Thomas Jacks.
And I'm Matt.
Thanks for watching.